If you're reading this, I'm probably dead. My name is Dr. Isabella, and I'm 26 now when I'm writing this. I live in a bunker. Yes, this is my normal life. It's only me and my dog. We have a long story together, but first I'm gonna tell you how I ended up here. For 3 years ago, I lived in Tokyo, Japan, in a small house with my kid who was 5 years old and my husband who was 2 years older than me. We had it great, we were happy, but one day I was at work and got called into the boss office. We called it here Representative Director's Office. He told me that I was fired from the job and I have to leave immediately, but he never told me why. So I took my things and left. On my way home, when I was in the car, it began to rain and people started to panic. So I turned on the radio and they said there had been an accident at the hospital and the virus had to spread. So I rushed home quickly, and when I got home, my husband and my daughter were on their way to leave and we were waiting for me to come home. When we were about to leave in our car, my daughter looked deeply in my eyes and said, "Mom, I'm scared." I told her that everything is going to be okay and we're all gonna survive in order to calm her down. Just when we were about to leave, someone that we knew started attacking us. My husband tried to protect us, so I took my daughter and ran away, far from the city and far from home. After we had traveled a long way and have thought that we were safe, then someone came and attacked us and we barely escaped, but both and my daughter were infected with the virus. So we cried together and sat down on the ground and waited for our destiny together, but for me, nothing happens. I noticed I was immune to the virus, but for my daughter, she became aggressive and tried to kill me. So I acted on impulse and shot her and killed her before she could kill me. Then I cried and screamed for someone to help me, but it was no use. I was all alone and had no one. I took my daughter's lifeless body and buried it in the forest near a lake, and then I tried to commit suicide, but I was unable to do it and couldn't do it. So I cried and screamed and even more and took a vow to kill every infected in this damn fucking world. After that, I took what I had left and went on with my journey and trained to become stronger in order to survive. But one day on my journey, I was so hungry and needed food. So I ventured out of my temporary camp and took on a little venture to find food. I felt like I could kill anything for just a little piece of food. When I was on the hunt for food, I saw a baby deer, and when I had the perfect aim on it, I saw a hungry dog that was on the same target as me. The dog started to run to kill the deer, and I was a little pissed at that dog because he had taken it from me, and now my dinner was gone. Surprisingly enough, the dog came back with the deer. Even though the dog was small, it was strong and pulled the deer to me. So I made a fire and grilled the deer and gave some to the dog. The rest of the deer meat was saved in my backpack. After I had eaten up, I took off, but the dog followed me even after I tried to get him away. But after a while, I accepted his company and thought the dog could come with me on my journey and it could be nice with some company. I named the dog Buddy, and after we had traveled together, we found an unused bunker that had food, water, ventilation, electricity, and a camera system. Everything you needed to survive. Apparently, it was a fallout bunker for emergency situations like this. But no one had come there, so me and Buddy were the only ones that made it there so far. So we decided to settle down here for as long as possible. Now it has been 3 years since everything has happened. I live here along with my dog Buddy, and I go on a short adventure to a lake on every anniversary of my daughter's and my husband's death to pray to my daughter and my husband. However, I wonder if my dismissal had anything to do with the apocalypse, because I worked in a lab that worked with the exact hospital that leaked the virus. But that is a question I'm probably never going to get an answer to. However, I have gone through new adventures in this changed world, but those stories I have to say for another.